Namo Namaha Bhavtam Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. Welcome back to my channel Sanskrit Sopanam. I hope you are doing great. I'm also good. And in continuation to our series Learning Sanskrit through Gita, today we'll pick up two shlokas and we'll decode them together. That is the 8th and the 9th shloka. And so far we have seen that Duryodhana, he approached his teacher Dronacharya and then he called out different Pandava warrior names for his information. And in the very last shloka that we decoded, that was the 7th shloka, we saw that now he is going to call out the key figures of his army, that is the Kaurava army in this shloka, and the coming ones we are going to see just that. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly dive in today's video. So as always, I have the shlokas ready with me. Let me quickly go through them once. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karanascha Kripascha Samatinjayah Ashwathama Vikaranascha Saumadattis Tathaivacha अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः. And if we'll move forward, as usual, we have the Sandhi Vichhed version of this same shloka. Now upon Sandhi Vichhed, you can very clearly see that the shloka is entirely composed of different warrior names. Again, if you are aware of the bit of a context of Mahabharat war and what were the main characters present in that epic, so you can very easily identify yourself. Bhishma, Karna, Kripacharya, Ashwathama, all these are the different warriors. And all these different words, Bhavan, Tathaiva, so they have different meanings. And what are their meanings? We are going to see when we decode the shloka. As for the Sandhi part, whatever Sandhi is being used in this shloka, all these are present as usual in the PDF file. The PDF will be available for download and the link will be in the description box. Similarly, here also you have the Sandhi Vichhed version. You only have a single Sandhi in this shloka, Shuraha Madarthe. This Visarga, in the actual Sanskrit work, this Visarga is not present. So there is a Visarga Lop Sandhi, where the Visarga gets removed. How does Sandhi works? Again, everything in the PDF file. We don't cover Sandhi in the video. So moving forward, we have the shlokas, and now let's begin our decoding process. So as you can see in this shloka, we don't have a verb. We don't have a verb or a kriya pad. And we generally pick up that verb for an anchor word. But in the absence of this verb, we generally use this santi, are. Or we can also use asti. That simply means is. Santi is the plural, that means are. Since this is like a list of all the different Kaurava warriors, so this santi is actually implied there, that these are the warriors, and then whatever names Duryodhana takes through these shlokas, right? So we are beginning with Santi, simply means they are, and immediately a question will pop up, K, right? K, who all? So K, by now you must be aware of this word. Pronoun, the base word is Kim. This is simply a pronoun that means who. And K is simply the first case plural form, that who all. So Santi, they are. Now who all? And the response is all these different warriors. So Bhavan, Bhishma, Karna, Kripaha, Ashwathama. Let me go through them one by one. This word Bhavan, this comes from the base word, the Pratipadik Bhavat. Bhavat simply means you. Now you already have another word that we quite often use for this pronoun you. We have Yushmad, right? You. And in first case, Bhavat, this becomes Bhavan, and Yushmat, this becomes Tvam. No, quite often we use this word Tvam for you. Tvameva Mata, Chapita Tvameva. So all this word Tvam. The only difference between both of these you is simple, that this Bhavat, we use this when we want to show some regards or respect. So it is used in a bit more formal setting, a bit more polite setting. And since Duryodhana, he is starting the list of Kaurava warriors with Dronacharya. And since he's already talking to Dronacharya, he's addressing Dronacharya. That's why he's beginning the list by saying yourself, then Karna, Bhishma, and all other warriors that he will take the names of. Okay. When I say no, Sarvesham, Bhavatam, Sarvesham, so that word Bhavatam, this also comes from the same word Bhavat. And this only means, Bhavatam simply means of all you. This of. So of, you can understand, this is a sixth case. Bhavatam Sarvesham, Hardam Swagatam. That the welcome of all of you. In that sense I use. So anyways, Bhavan simply means you, referring to Dronacharya, because Duryodhana is directly talking to Dronacharya. Then Bhishma. So this is Bhishma Pitama, referring to Bhishma Pitama. Again, if you are familiar with the Mahabharata context, you will already know these central characters present in the epic. Bhishma Pitama, then Karn, the best friend of Duryodhana, also half brother of Pandava side. So Karnaha. Then you have Kripa. Kripa was Kripacharya. He was one of the most elderly council member of Kauravas. So very respectable person, highly skillful archer, Kripacharya. And this word Samitinjaya simply means ever winning. And this is simply an adjective. This is simply used as an adjective for Kripacharya. So Samitinjaya Kripaha. That simply means the ever winning Kripacharya. Just simply as a title being given to Kripacharya out of respect. Okay, then moving forward, we have Ashwathama. Ashwathama was the son of Guru Dronacharya, and he was a legendary warrior, and he also had a boon which made him immortal. Ashwathama, very interesting backstory, and a very courageous and brave warrior, Ashwathama. Then you have Vikarna. Vikarna was one of the real brother of Duryodhana. Vikarna actually was the one who had a bit of a soft spot because he was the only one who objected, who protested against the mistreatment of Draupadi during the infamous dice game. So again, I don't want to dive into the Mahabharata story. That is not our aim here. But if you want to research all these names and their backstory, each of these characters and everything related to Mahabharata, they have a very rich backstory to them, as we already know. So if you want to research more about them, if you want to know more about them, you can do it on your own time. And this is not a scope of our video. So I'll just move forward. So Vikarnaha and Saumadatti. Saumadatti simply means son of Somdatta. So Somadatta again was one of the allies of Kaurava side. We have seen this kind of noun before also, that the son of Pandu are called Pandava and the son of Draupadi are called Draupadeya. What were these words? These words are known as Apatya Vachak Sangya. These words are known as Apatya Vachak Sangya. Simply means the nouns that are derived from from a particular person, from a particular person or place. So Apatya Vachak Sangya. Descendant of Pandu becomes Pandava. The sons of Draupadi becomes Draupadeya. And the son of Somadatta becomes Somadatti. His actual name was Bhurishrava. So Bhurishrava, that was his actual name, Somadatti. Okay. So anyways, the context was Duryodhana is telling now the key figures of Kaurava armies to Dronacharya, and he begins his list with saying Bhavan, that is you, referring to Dronacharya himself, Bhishma Pitama, Karna, Kripacharya, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and Saumadatti, that is Bhurishrava. Okay. So moving forward, Punaschike. So simply we are trying to expand the context again, that and who else? And the response is Tathaivacha Anyacha Bahavaha Shura. So a lot of words. Let me take them one by one. Tathaiv. This is an avyay. This is an avyay indeclinable, and Tathaiv simply means similarly. Similarly. So whenever in English also we used to know that we say something and then similarly this also. So Tathaiv is an avyay, simply means similarly. Okay. Now let's take this word Shuraha first. Shura, we have encountered this word before also. Shura simply means someone who is very courageous or brave heart, referring to the warriors present in the battlefield, right? So Shura, and since many warriors, so Shuraha, the plural form. Okay, brave hearts or warriors. Now this Bahavaha, this comes from the word Bahu. Bahu simply means many. Okay, Bahu Shura. That means many warriors. And since this is in plural, so Bahu also will change into plural form, right? And just as Guru becomes Guruvaha, similarly Bahu becomes Bahavaha. Simply meanings many warriors, many brave hearts, a lot of brave hearts. Okay. And Anya simply means other. And in plural, this becomes Anya and simply means lot of other brave hearts. Simply. So this entire line, no, Anya cha Bahavaha Shura. This simply means lot of, that is Bahavaha, other, that is Anya, Shuraha, brave hearts. So Duryodhana gives these particular names first, And then he says, similarly, a lot of other brave hearts also. So this is how he concludes his statement. So moving forward, we have Kidrashaha. Now, as we do for everything, Kidrashaha simply means now we are asking to describe them. Those warriors and everything, we are asking to describe them, to tell more about them. What about them? Kidrashaha. And the first response is Tyakta Jivitaha. Now, this is a samas. It is a combination word, samas. Jivit, Jivit, this word means alive. Someone who is alive. But this Jivit also means life. Life as itself. Life. Okay. And this word Tyakta. Tyakta, this comes from the word Tyaj. Tyaj is a verb, is a dhatu that means to abandon or to give up or to sacrifice. Based on the context, you can modify them a bit. So to abandon, to give up, to sacrifice, all these, tyaj. And when you add this pratyay, this suffix, so this the, this is a suffix that simply modifies the verb into its past form. That haven't given up or abandoned or sacrificed. So in that sense, when we want to modify a verb, we use this suffix, the suffix. And tyaj plus the, this becomes this, tyakta. Okay. So this entire combination word, tyakta jivitaha, simply means one who has abandoned his life or one who has sacrificed his life. Or in the context, the better meaning can be the one who is ready to sacrifice his life because the war is about to happen. It's not yet started. And Duryodhana, he's counting all these warriors in his army and he's saying this statement, Tyakta Jivitaha, that all those warriors, they are ready to sacrifice their life. They are ready to give up their life. They have already given up their homes, right? By being present in the war. So they have already abandoned their personal life and they are present in the war. And now they are also ready to give their life. Tyakta Jivitaha. So this word is simply describing these shuraha. That's why you can see same word form also. Plural and first case. Tyakta Jivitaha. Simple as that. So moving forward. Kasmai. So you have this word kasmai or for who. And the response is madarthe. Madarthe, this is an avyay, an indeclinable, simply means for me. Simply means for me, madarthe. And they are ready to give their lives for me. For me here simply means for Duryodhana because Duryodhana is saying this statement, right? So Duryodhana is simply saying all these warriors, they are ready to give up their lives for me. So tyakta jivitaha madarthe. Okay, an avyay indeclinable. Now, before we move forward, I hope all these words, kasmai and kim or kane, all these words that I'm using to create a context, I hope they are not confusing you. Simply, kasmai, this is again coming from the pronoun kim, that means who. Okay, wait, let me show you. So, see, kim, this is a pronoun, this is the base, the pratipadik that we use to denote who. What also, but for a context here, who. Okay, all these pronouns and adjectives, they can assume any gender, right? Masculine, feminine, neuter. So they can be masculine gender also, feminine also, neuter also. How we decide which gender is towards what, towards which noun they are pointing to. Okay, so in our context, in our shloka, we are pointing towards this word shuraha. And shura, since this is a masculine gender word, so the kim that we are using is also masculine gender. Okay, so kim, masculine gender, meaning who. And here, kasmai. Kasmai is coming from chaturthi. Chaturthi vibhakti, that is the fourth case, right? Fourth case. If you remember what was the fourth case? Fourth case was simply when we want to say something like for him, for that, for this. So just to say for who, we use the fourth case of our pronoun kim, the base word, which changes into kasmai. So kasmai simply means for who, that ready to give up the lives. Immediately I want to ask a question for who, that's why I use this kasmai. That kasmai, for who they are ready to give up the lives. And the response was madarthe. Okay, as we saw, the response was madarthe. And again, moving forward, we have a similar question, punascha kidrashaha. That what else? That first we described these shura as tyakta jivitaha, someone who is ready to give up their life. Okay. Now we are asking punaschikidrishaha. And what else? How else you can describe them? And the response is nana shastra praharanaha. Okay. Whenever I use this hyphens, no, you can understand that this is a combination word. This is a samas. Okay. Now let us try to understand this samas by this word first, praharan. Praharan simply means yielding. Yielding or wearing or adorned with. So all these instances, yielding, wearing, so praharan. Okay. Now why plural? Because again, this is pointing towards shuraha. Since this is plural, we are talking about lot of warriors. So the adjectives, pronouns, everything pointing towards shura will also be in the same first case plural form. That's why praharan changes into praharanaha. Okay. Now wearing or yielding what? So yielding shastra. Shastra means weapon, right? And nana shastra. Nana, this simply means multitude. Whenever we want to show the multitudinous of something. So nana shastra, that weapons of all kinds, weapons of so many different types. So nana shastra praharana simply means yielding multitude of weapons. Okay. Again, we have the same question. Punashchikidrisha and what else? And lastly, we have Sarve Yuddha Visharadaha. So, Yuddha Visharadaha, this word Visharad. This is again a very common word. Visharad simply refers to proficiency in something. So, Yuddha Visharad. Yuddha Visharad simply means proficiency in warfare. So these warriors, they were highly skillful, very proficient in the art of warfare. Okay. Sarve, again, all of them. Sarv simply means, sarv is a pronoun. Sarv simply means all. And in plural, sarv becomes sarve. Again pointing to this shuraha. That all those warriors, they were yuddha visharadaha, highly proficient in warfare. Sarve yuddha visharda, all of them highly proficient in warfare. Okay, so you can very clearly see that this shuraha, this was our main word here. That simply means warriors, and all these tyakta jivitaha, nana shastra praharanaha, yuddha visharadaha, all of them, they were simply describing these warriors, their qualities, their how they were presented in the they were present in the war. Okay, and with this, I think we have completed the shloka. Yes, let me open the translation. So we have the anvay, the rearrangement, and this I've not mentioned this shloka here because again nothing to rearrange here. This is simply in order. Bhavan, Bhishma, Karna, Kripaha, Ashwathama, Vikarna. So all these names that were told by Duryodhana, they were already in order. So I've not mentioned here. You can see the translation. Duryodhana begins by saying yourself. That means Dronacharya, and Bhishma, and Karna, and ever victorious Kripa. Ever victorious, this Samitinjayaha. That was the adjective used for Kripacharya. Okay. Then Ashwathama and Vikarna, Bhurishrava. Who was Bhurishrava? This Saumadatti. Saumadatti. That means son of Somadatta. His name was Bhurishrava. Okay. And then he concludes by saying Tathaivacha Annecha Bhavaha Shuraha. That simply means similarly many other Bhava Anye, many other brave hearts. Shuraha. Right? Then he went on to describe these warriors, that how were they like. They were ready to sacrifice their lives for me. So they were Tyakta Jivitaha Madarthe. Tyakta Jivita, ready to sacrifice their life, having abandoned their life, having given up their life for Madarthe, for me. Duryodhana is saying. Then yielding multitude of weapons. Nana Shastra Praharana. Nana Shastra, multitude of weapons. Praharan simply means yielding. Plural, so praharanaha. And then sarve yuddha visharadaha. Yuddha visharad simply means proficient in warfare. And sarve simply means all of them. All of those warriors highly proficient in warfare. And that is the entirety of this shloka. And so that was the decoding process for the 8th and the 9th shloka. Not much happening in the 8th shloka. There was only these Kaurava warrior names. But in 9th shloka, we saw some grammar and some Sanskrit vocabulary. And all these vocabulary words, like praharan, visharad, tyakta jivita, how tyakt was formed using a verb root tyaj and the suffix ta. So all these things, initially, it may feel a bit intimidating. But trust me that on repetitive usage, the more text, the more Sanskrit text we expose ourselves to, our internal vocabulary, our grammar, it only reinforces and increases. So it is just a matter of time before all these words and everything will start to make a lot more sense, a lot more easily. And then all the treasure of Sanskrit, it can open up for you. So just stay patient, keep on reading this text, download those PDF files, go through those PDF files on your own. Very important, those Sandhi sections and everything, very important if I miss out anything in the video. So yes, stay hooked with this Sanskrit learning, and I'll meet you in the next video with the next shloka. Until then, stay awesome, stay happy, and vayam punah milamaha. Dhanyavad.